You guys made it pretty far.
Around once it got worse, we were like, ah.
Oh, this was the way back.
There's the way back, yeah.
Once we get down to the bottom, there's some areas that are.
That's the valley area that
Yes.
That one's hard.
It can be sketchy.
So many acres, you can
Yes,
go
the
forever.
world's your oyster. It's beautiful up here.
And now, places close to town are all tracked up. You come up here, you wake up here in the morning, you've got miles and miles of snow.
Are you ready to go, Dad? All aired down?
Yep, air down, ready to go.
It's gonna be a great weekend. We are about to go hit the Bridger-Teton National Forest. And what's cool about this trip is we're doing a loop, and it's gonna be an overnighter. We're gonna do some overlanding, and we're gonna find some snow. It's gonna be a great weekend. Hopefully we stay warm. It's gonna be interesting, snow camping. It's gonna be great. Let's do it. So Dad, we're embarking right now to do an awesome loop, an overnighter. Do you think we're gonna hit snow pretty soon, or mud first probably?
Yeah, it's always mud first. Hopefully we get to the snow, hopefully about mile marker 12 or 12 to 16 is where I'm guessing we're gonna see it.
I'm super excited. I'm excited to get back out here. I've got some new tires to try out. And we do this every year. And I think it's really cool that we try to be kind of the first ones to make it over. Not sure about this year, but that's the goal. And we made our regular pit stop by the creek to wash off the mud, because we do find quite a bit, but it seems pretty dry so far. It's looking good.
I don't like the mud on my windows, so I clean my windows so that we don't get claustrophobic.
Yeah, and we got a good traveling little guy. It's a very rugged car wash. We're coming to the snowiest areas, and I already aired down because at the beginning I just went down to the squishy, and everybody else just went down for dirt road. So now that we're in the snow, we're airing down a little bit more, just so that when it gets a little bit more dicey, we're already where we need to be. So luckily so far it's been some pretty good hardtack, so we're really just floating on top of the snow, like barely even making a dent, which is really cool. Because there's been times where we're just slipping and sliding, and this area that we're coming up to is going to be one of the hardest. And so hopefully the conditions stay the same, but right now it's pretty hard and we're just floating right across it. Is this the highest point that we're gonna hit today?
Yeah, this is the highest elevation we're gonna hit today.
According to my map, we're at 9250 right now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like we have 5 feet of snow. How does that compare to last year?
So last year we came a lot later in the year. So last year it was in June. I think it was June 15th about.
Oh, okay.
So, and last year was about 3 feet. But also we're almost a full month ahead.
True.
And remember, this gets some sun that hey, there's some areas down here we're gonna see that will be 12 feet deep.
So our group went from 4 Jeeps to 3 Jeeps because our last tail gunner didn't want to spend the night in the cold, which I don't blame him, but we're gonna keep on keeping on and have a great night.
We still got some challenging parts ahead of us here. Once we get down to the bottom, there's some areas that are.
That's the valley area that
Yes.
That one's hard.
It can be sketchy. So
There's been times where I just very quickly, not quickly, I slowly just, and I crab walk across it. This is a little crab walk right now. I'm aimed this way, we're going this way. by design. As we go next to this creek, it wants to pull us into it just because of the way the snow is drifted. And so we're hanging really far left to where the front driver tire will make a track for almost the rear passenger tire.
And you're sideways and you just crawl on because it's got a slope. And you got to stay out of the creek. The creek's the danger zone. So
we're almost sort of to our campsite for the night.
yes,
We still have a fight to fight before
we've got
then.
to fight. We've got to fight yet, and it'll be dark when we do that. We'll make it through.
And we've got 3 really good anchors here to pull
Totally.
off.
And some very experienced drivers.
Yeah.
The snow's looking really good. I think we're probably going to make it good.
And it's going to get better as it gets colder too.
Yes, that's why we do it this time of night. But yeah, no, I think there's a good chance we're going to make it.
Yeah. And we've got how many hours of daylight left?
A half hour.
Half hour? Wait, yeah.
So it'll get harder to film, but we're going to keep going.
Yeah, let's go do it.
You're gonna catch right there. Move forward. You're gonna fall into it right now.
It's currently 9 p.m. and some may think, wow, you must have had some trouble or you must have started pretty late. Did not have trouble, did start late on purpose because we plan it to where by the time we get through kind of the mild stuff and get to this open valley where there's a lot of snowdrifts and kind of unpredictable snow conditions, it's nighttime. And that's by design so that by the time we get to this area, the temperatures have dropped, the snow has become stickier, it's become harder, firmer, so we can stay on top of it. So it's 9 p.m., it's a little bit of a late night, and it will continue to be a late night for a while until we get to our campsite, but it makes the whole process a lot better. Because if we started in the morning, we would hit this area around noon, and it would just be a mess. It would be slushy, we'd be struggling, and we probably would be here till 9 when they froze again. So we just started a little bit later, get a little bit of a head start on the snow conditions, and it makes for great wheeling. This has been awesome so far. Dad, it's your time to shine. Usually
I've got a chainsaw too.
Oh. And he's not gonna use it, but he might have to.
You don't get it.
Oh, stop, stop. You lost a spring.
Maybe not.
That back.
I'll have to reach you off of that. Hold your winch, Brailee.
Yeah, you can walk right there.
That was a 42-inch obstacle.
I'm just giving it the last chance it has. I gotta give it a little bit more juice.
Yeah. So like you were saying, this is the last
Hey, this is all it has to do. Is it has to get us home.
Well, we first have to get to camp. Then we can go home. He gave you a good run.
Going strong.
Hey, it really did. It's 140,000.
Those were rough.
All
of
yeah.
them.
It was rough, 140,000. Hey, look at us. We're still in shorts.
Yeah.
We haven't had to winch.
We?
So I guess that confirms that I have a head gasket leak.
All right, we made it to our camp. I'm so ready to get in a warm sleeping bag. We are super prepared to stay in the cold tonight, and we're gonna hit it again tomorrow and make it out of here and make the full loop, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Wow, what a beautiful morning. We spent the night on top of the snow, staying warm thanks to our awesome sleeping bags, but it's time to pack up. The sun is out, and I'm ready to hit the trail again. Great night. We stayed really warm. At least I did. I don't know about anybody else, but I stayed pretty warm in my negative 20-degree sleeping bag. Where we're at, it's really popular snowmobile area. And on the motor use map, we can see what's open to what during what time of year. So snowmobiles, tracked vehicles, and full-size vehicles. The reason why we're also starting at this time is because the trail opened to full-size vehicles, but also the motor use map allows full-size vehicles to come out here this time of year. It's always important to check that, because if you're coming out here and destroying the groomed trails, it's not good for the trail, it's not good for the snowmobilers, it creates ruts. And so that's why we're starting so late. The trail's open, and it's open to full-size vehicles, so we're able to come out here and just float right across, because nobody's snowmobiling this time of year. It is not good, because here we are again on some more dirt. We're between snow and mud, like, the only thing you really could take up here at this point is either side-by-sides or 4x4s. So, we're out here.
Don't fight it, stay straight a little bit, right there. Could be. You're out of fuel. AAA?
AAA has arrived. I do have fuel in here, but it's behind my seat right here. And I'm not very keen on getting out right now.
Telling him. Would you like us to wash your windshield too?
Yes, please. I don't have any cash on me though. Are you okay with my tires there?
All right, now see if they'll start. Okay.
Woo! We're here in one of the most precarious situations we've been in this whole weekend, and my dad is up here on this steep slide, pretty much gonna roll. So we've used pretty much every soft shackle, every extension, every rope we have to get him to a spot where we can winch a little better, because we can't get past him. Luckily, we've been using onX all weekend, and it is the best resource for navigating and mapping. Whether you're fishing, hunting, off-roading, it's the best in the business. And we are now gonna be giving away for our sticker prizes a 1-year-long elite membership to onX Off-Road. This week, the sticker winner is Brent Burkett. You've won a 12-month-long elite membership package for onX Off-Road. Whether you're hunting, fishing, or wheeling, onX is the most trusted mapping and navigation app around. Visit onxmaps.com for more information. Congratulations, Brent, and be sure to send us an email, message us on Facebook, or leave us a voicemail to claim your prize.
That's the hardest we've ever had going through this section. We always have struggles, but we can usually kind of make it. We've actually winched off some smaller trees like this before if we needed just a little bit. Anyway, this year this section's lots worse than it has been, and we just couldn't get a rock to hold us. And we ended up putting probably 275 feet of rope up to winch ourselves through that. We just had to hold enough pressure to keep us from sliding off into that steep rollover section. But yeah, we made it through. That's the most challenging we've ever done through this section. So excited to be on the other side of it.
When we were winching, we were approached by some deer, which is super cool, but we always want to make sure we're getting wildlife space. So 25 yards for deer, 100 yards for bear. Luckily, there's not a lot of bear activity up here this time of year, and we came prepared. It's always good to lock up your food and practice bear safety, no matter where you are, because wildlife can get into your food, bear or not. Like, you want to pack it in, pack it out, don't leave anything for wildlife to get into, and give them their space.
It's on its last leg, but it's even getting, that leg's kind of getting broken. We're barely hanging on here.
The farewell ride.
This is absolutely the farewell. It was planned to be the farewell ride anyway, but it's going to be the skidding into the finish line with nothing left type of farewell.
It's always important when we come out here to leave no trace. Everything we bring in, we pack out, and we also come prepared, because you don't want something like this to completely derail your trail, and you don't want to get off the trail. You always want to stay on trail, and if it's going to take a chainsaw to pack in to clear the trail, bring one. Come prepared for stuff like this, and this is kind of what we like about it. We get to use the tools and do our part to keep these trails open and keep them cleared. So we're clearing this tree right now that is basically impassable until we move it. So the next people that come through who are as brave as us, they can come right through. The Forest Service has a lot of these little cabins, these ranger cabins and guard stations scattered throughout here for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is for safety. They have fireplaces, they have first aid kits, they have a lot of safety equipment, pretty much open to the public if you need it, obviously. And it's pretty cool because they're all pretty rustic, they're all pretty old, and there's usually no books in there for people to put where they're from, when they were there, and you kind of just get to see how many people actually get out here and use this, and there's a ton. Especially here in Wyoming, recreation is a really big deal. And when the summer season opens up, you can actually reserve a few of the cabins and stay there with your family, friends, and it's a really unforgettable experience. Is he done?
I shut it off. It started making some noise. I shut it off.
Oh, like bad
So,
noises?
not good noises. I need one of your saw shackles. That's good.
Yeah, look at the river, so nice. We have this nice view behind me, showing my dad. Its motor's done. Which I don't blame it. He's put us through a lot these last couple of months. And so this really was its last trip. And he said it started making a weird noise. Another weird noise, but a more important weird noise. And now we're just gonna pull him to a good stopping point. There's a ranch up here where we know them, and we'll park it until we come back with a trailer. All right, we made it to Box Y. We're like 45 minutes away from Alpine. Tell me a little bit about what Box Y is.
So it's a guest ranch and hunting lodge. It's been in our family since like the late 1960s. Every season there's something to do. Like springtime right now, they're just starting with spring black bear hunting. In the summertime, you can come here, rent cabins for fishing. People love coming here in side-by-sides, jeeps. In the fall time, elk hunting, deer hunting, more black bear hunting. Wintertime's amazing up here. They get a ton of snow. It's a super popular place for snow machining.
Right.
You're 28 miles from Alpine, but then once you're here, I mean, you've got so many acres. You can go forever.
The world's your oyster. It's beautiful up here.
And now, places close to town are all tracked up. You come up here, you wake up here in the morning, you've got miles and miles of snow. But there's a lot to do any time of year. It's a gorgeous place, and you're just surrounded by, you know, millions of acres of national forest.
And it's so peaceful. Like,
This is
you're
quiet.
so disconnected, and it's in a good way
Heck yeah.
out here. So
Quiet, peaceful place.
yeah, great place to leave my dad's Jeep till we come back for it.
Yeah. I was amazed you could actually get through like Shale Creek. That was wild.
It was steep.
Like, yeah, because those are just always, I mean, even on a snow machine, if they haven't groomed that, you know, it just wants to push you straight off from the river. So that was impressive.
Yeah.
Even doing winches and stuff to get over that stuff.
We made it.
Glad we had enough rope to make it to those trees.
Barely enough.
Plan on a 300-foot winch. That was
Yeah.
That was awesome. It's cool being the first person. Like, it's fun being the first person to do
And
that.
the last
so
person, you were the last person
I
to come
think I
through.
was. I came through like November 27th. So I was probably the last one to make the loop and then the first one, but it was harder being the first one. Like, it's really weird watching what the tires do and what the Jeeps do.
Yeah, like he said, like the snow determines how fast you go.
Yeah.
Like if it wants you to go fast, you go fast. If it's not letting you, you go slow.
We all did it. We all made it through. Even this one that died after all the hard stuff
Did it make it through if we're stopping right here?
made it through.
Made it through.
no
Made
one
it through the
knows-
hard stuff.
No one knows if we're stopping right here. We can tow it the whole way.
True.
Hey, we're not stuck on that side of the snow. That's the
Yes.
key. That's the takeaway right here.